That dude.
So he got back okay. He made it back all right.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
Good.
He sure did. Okay, so no thanks there. Alrighty, so I gotta. Oh yeah, we are live. Here we are, folks.
Here we go. We live.
We are back with Curt and Ralph on Sports Talk.
Let's talk. So my brother, what do you got going on today? What you got for me
today? Today's broadcast is brought to you live from Midland Insurance. You need some insurance, reach out to Ralph, the Bookman Booker.
That's right.
Take care of you. They have. Can you tell us about some of your products you have over there?
We what we do is mostly life insurance. We don't do property and casualty. I don't do car insurance, those kind of things like that. But our business is mainly centered around life insurance, trying to prepare those young couples that need something now because they're growing, as well as older couples that don't need as much as they did before because now their kids are grown and out of the house. So we can accommodate either or. And Midland National is one of the strongest insurance companies, been around for the last 40 years, is out there and has a great rating. And so we're here to help in any way we can.
Beautiful. Reach out. You want to give them a phone number or website?
Yes, I can give you the, I can certainly give you the phone number would be 770-634-0631. And the website is www.higherheights, HIGHERHEIGHT, higherheights.financial.
Higherheights.financial.
Yes.
So this broadcast is brought to you by Midland
National.
Midland National.
Yes.
All right, let's get to it, buddy. Let's get to it. There's so much I wanted to go over. Oh, I'm super excited about next week. This is gonna be surprise. Special guest coming on here.
Okay.
You may have seen him a lot, but you may not have recognized him. He may walk by you, but you don't know who he is.
Is he incognito?
And yes, he is.
He travels incognito. Man, that's a special guest right there.
Very special next week, next Wednesday. We just got the phone. I'm so excited about that. Not as excited about having Ralph on here with me days a week. Not excited about that, but it's gonna be very exciting to see this person on here telling you a little about their story and
is a sports figure.
He loves sports.
Is he a sports figure?
So we're gonna be talking a lot next week. Let me tell you, we're gonna be talking a lot next week about UFC.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so be prepared.
It's hard for me to be prepared. I don't know a lot about UFC.
Where you will next week.
Okay.
You will.
I'll be in the learning mode next week.
I'm excited about this. I'm gonna be in learning mode. I know a little bit. I do like watching UFC. I like it more than regular boxing, than the traditional boxing.
Okay. I'm a traditional boxing guy.
Couple rounds. You got to get in there to win. It's not a dancing contest like some of us that we get on pay-per-view, and it's a dancing contest, and they throw about 4 or 5 punches around and connect 1 or 2 good ones out of 15 rounds, and then you say, well, that guy won because he makes the most money. What did I say? Because he makes the most money. Oh, okay. So
because he makes the most contact.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can put it that way too, or because he makes the most money. So that's what it is. We've seen some of those boxing matches, right?
Yeah, we have.
They get in there and dance, just dance.
Yeah, I'm just not a UFC fan. It's okay.
Right. I'm talking about the regular boxing.
I'm a big boxing fan, regular boxing fan. Yes.
Yeah, you got to get into that UFC, man.
Nah, I think that's a little more barbaric for me.
Oh yeah, that's how it used to be back in. Those are gladiators.
Yeah, right.
They didn't get in there. They're going for the win. You know, they're going for the win. A little bit of bloodshed, a couple of broken bones. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
they know they've been in the fight.
again, as I said, it's okay. I just am not a fan.
There you go.
So then, talk to me. What do you got on? What's on the hit parade for the day, my brother?
I want to talk about your buddy Julio.
Oh, okay. You want to call him Julio? I think we ought to start with at least pronouncing his name correctly, don't you think?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to pronounce it the way I thought I saw it, but it's Julio.
Well, there's a lot of things that look one way, but you pronounce them differently, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a lot of things. Has a lot of sounds coming out, these different letters, the way you put them together.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
No, but I was talking about the Atlanta Falcons, and trade talks, man, 2021. They may or may not. There's just rumors out there that Julio Jones may not be with the Falcons.
Yeah, that's mainly kind of centered around his contract and how much they're paying him, and the fact that the Falcons don't have any money left in regard to the salary cap. They're salary cap strapped right now,
right?
And because they can't hardly. They're not even able to sign their draftees just yet until they free up some more money.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's how bad it is. I mean, because they got a couple of players.
I'm sorry. Where's all the money going? Where's all the money?
Well, they got a couple of players that's tied up with big contracts, but they had a 53-man roster and all of them got contracts. So you got to get rid of some other ones to get some new ones in there.
Right.
But Julio's money is spread out, so him and Matt Ryan and Grady Jarrett, they make big chunk of that salary cap.
Right. So they do an adjustment with Matt Ryan to help some other players?
Yeah, they did. They did a little bit of adjustment with Matt Ryan. They haven't been able to do that with Julio yet, or they haven't done it yet. So they're thinking they may, if they trade him after June 1, they'll free up about $15 million in salary cap.
Oh, that'll get one or two players.
Yeah, if you want to get rid of Julio.
Well, that's a good question. Do they? You think they do? You think it'd be a good move?
I don't think they want to. I think they may be forced to.
I think they may be forced to also. Just watching, looking at injury reports and how many games, he played last season.
Yeah, that's huge.
I know he's really ranked as one of the top receivers in the NFL. And I know I make jokes, because my favorite team is not that team. But, I've always said, hey, with a player like that who goes out a lot, seems like in the third, heading to the locker room, and sometimes don't play in the fourth, he's going to get his yards. I've always said, wait to put him in the third quarter. Let him play the third and fourth, not the first and second. Have him coming out in the third and fourth quarter. He's going to ball out. The 2 quarters, he's going to get his 100+ yards. He's going to get his touchdowns. And where the Falcons need help is at the end of the game.
Well, part of the issue with Julio has been that he's been getting yards, but he ain't been getting a lot of touchdowns. If you look at his last few years, he hasn't scored a lot of touchdowns. He's got a lot of catches, a lot of yards, and he is a great player. Don't get me wrong. I think he's top 3 in the league. The issue with Julio is just like you say, his ability to catch the ball is one thing. His availability to be on the field is a whole different thing.
So true. His availability. That's what I'm
right. Yeah, his the best ability is availability.
Exactly. So true.
And he hadn't, so seemed like he gets hurt every year.
He gets hurt every year. That's what I'm saying. 2 quarters. Get your money's worth out of those 2 quarters, because when he's catching in the third or he's catching in the fourth quarter, when it comes down to it, when they need those 2 more touchdowns to win, and he gets at 100-something yards, 200 yards a game or whatever it is, because he's so healthy, get him in the end zone. Find him in the end zone. End of the game.
But a lot of his health issues, he don't even dress out. So you can't even put him in the last 2 quarters, because he seemed to he's a pretty high strung young man, and
Right.
so he has quite a few soft tissue injuries, which is muscles. To keep those muscles stretched out and things like that without getting them pulled and strained muscles. That's what, and it's so difficult for soft tissues to heal. Some heal really quick, some don't heal as quick, and so it makes it more difficult.
You call him a young man. I know he's a young man according to us.
Well, that's what I'm. Yeah,
According to our age, but he's
all
not
those
a young
guys
man.
in the NFL are young men to me.
Yeah, right. A lot of them are young man to me too. Oh
Yeah.
my, oh my! Look who we got on here now.
Oh.
What a beautiful thing here, fellas. We got Maurice.
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's going on?
We got
Barbecue
Maurice.
man.
Barbecue.
Yes, sir.
How you
Looks
doing,
like a
bud? You
sports
made it
cast.
back safely?
What's up, Mr. Insurance? How we doing today?
Doing great, man. So you made it back good and safely to your
Yeah,
family?
yeah. It was a bad. It was an okay flight. We left late, but yeah, and I had this baby next to me the whole time. I was like, oh, it's the best baby in the world. Didn't cry at one time.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I almost had to snatch the fool up when I got to the plane. He was sitting in my seat. I'm like, hey, bro. I said, you in my seat like that. He looking at me. I got the A window. A for the window. His
Right.
girl gonna do all this talking. She gonna go, we got C. We all got C. I said, no, there's only one C. And then the flight attendant, she came up and she pulled out the computer and she said,
Right.
well, ma'am, there's not. I got C and he got C. So no, the row's not C. Each seat is alphabetical order. You got C. She called the name. So who is blah blah? That's me. So you got C. You know, who's blah blah? They got B. And they said A is Maurice Stokes. I said, that'd be me. Like that.
That'd be me.
That man.
So what made her think that she had that whole row was C?
Look, the whole brother, it was bad because I don't do that black on black crime. So the brother got up, young kid, pants hanging off his knees. I'm like, damn, dude, what you gonna do? I mean, I really don't want to sit there now. Your ass is all in the seat. Now, you gotta wipe that down now, He said, well, sit. I said, man, hold on, player. Let me tell you something. I ain't got time to be arguing with you. I'm not gonna argue with you. Ain't no problems here. You back on up and sit on over there where you supposed to and be all right. And that's what he did. He just shut up the whole. He didn't say nothing to me the whole flight after that.
He had no choice.
Hey, because he get slapped up real quick. But
but he was in the wrong. That's the thing.
Yeah, and he didn't understand. It must have been his first flight, on a plane. There's not a road called C. It's a
Right.
C. And everything else, look. I was all right, so it's cool. It was all good.
Yeah, that might have been their first time flying. People get nervous too when they fly.
I would, man, alive. Well, then you certainly shouldn't be trying to make any kind of rules if you've never flown before. That means you don't really know what's going on.
There you go.
I get nervous. On that plane, be like, yeah, get him up.
Yeah, the rows have numbers. The seats have letters. So if you're in C, all of that ain't C.
I'm glad it wasn't a Spirit airline. If it was Spirit, we'd have definitely been fighting.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, well, Southwest is first come, first serve also.
That's it.
Right.
That's why I fly.
So how's your day going, gentlemen? How's your day going?
Outstanding.
We were jumping in. We were talking a little bit about one of the Atlanta Falcons' babies here, or favorite players, Julio Jones, and trade talks, and it was worth keeping him with all his injuries that he doesn't get a chance to finish out a lot of the games.
Mm-hmm.
So
he don't get to start a lot of games.
You don't get a chance to start
because he's in street clothes.
Was he hurt?
Yeah, he misses 3-4 games every year,
if not more. Yeah,
that's
if not
great,
more.
baby.
That's right.
You're right. He misses that many. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
That's trade bait.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, he's a great player, but you got to be on the field to help me. If you ain't on the field, you can't help me.
There you go. That number 11 on the sideline does nothing at all for the team.
Don't do nothing for the team. That's right.
He's supposed to be a
That
great
goes back to
role
what
model.
we were talking about the last time. When he said you can't have the bruisers in the basketball league because you can't have your 40 million man sitting on the bench.
No, that's right. Same.
Paying the man, you got to play.
That's right. You got to play injured.
You may have made a mistake when you gave him all that money, but now that you've given it to him, you got to put him on the field now.
Right. And I think that's kind of what the mistake that the Steelers didn't want to make when with Le'Veon Bell. give him all that, and then now you got a player that might get injured, and now you got to sit on the sideline, money going to waste, and then you record the trade and get rid of him for the next season when you need to get somebody.
Yeah, but when Le'Veon Bell got hurt, he got hurt playing the game. You know, they bent him up.
Oh yeah.
He got popped.
Yeah, that's still.
But I think Le'Veon Bell made a huge mistake in his for his career.
He should have stayed in Pittsburgh.
He should.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. If he'd have just played ball in Pittsburgh, he probably would have been a Hall of Famer.
Yes, indeed. He hasn't been.
Everything he knew. They worked each other. They worked with each other.
Well, you know, he had the kind of talent. I could definitely see the type of talent that he had. Had he stayed behind that line and stayed in that organization, he probably had a shot at Hall of Fame. Now, he won't be Hall of Fame. Neither will, what was your wide receiver's name?
Antonio Brown?
Brown, the same thing.
Right.
Because all the stuff that he's went through, he's not going to get no bunch of votes for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he just couldn't keep his mouth shut.
All right, but he had Hall of Fame talent, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I know we talked about this before, Mo, but I didn't hear all the stuff that was going on with him when he was playing in Pittsburgh. I didn't hear all this stuff until he left Pittsburgh, meaning Antonio Brown.
You didn't?
I didn't hear all that stuff. All I focused on him catching that ball and all the yards.
Right, but there's a bunch of stuff out there because you think about Pittsburgh had just won a playoff game, I believe it was, and coaches said, hey, this is in our team, and here he is. He's out there. If you think about it, he was out there filming coach in the locker room after the game, putting it on Instagram.
Oh, he had his phone in the locker room recording everything in there.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be the sanctity for the players and the team. That ain't supposed to go out to the public.
Right.
Not at all. He abused
So that was some of the kind of stuff that was going on that Antonio Brown, he couldn't figure out that ain't cool.
Wow. Yeah, I knew that happened, but I really didn't concentrate on that much because it really didn't affect his game.
But it affected the team.
Yeah, but he was bringing on one like
Juju dancing in the middle of
Juju dancing on everybody's like, don't do that. That's disrespectful.
Come on now. Quit TikToking.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. You don't do that.
Be ready for the game.
Because somebody's going to take you out, and they'll take the 15, 25-yard penalty to take your butt out.
Right, exactly. You know? Right, and they start concentrating on him, but then he wasn't catching the ball like he was supposed to. I can see if he was catching every pass and getting 100 yards, getting in the end zone all the time, but he wasn't. Spend more time dancing and filming his dancing than he did catching the ball.
Since we talk about football, one of the best football celebrations I've seen, and to this day, every time I see it, I laugh and cry. Ocho Cinco doing the river dance. When they got a touchdown.
Yeah.
When he broke down a river dance, I was like,
He did a river dance.
The river dance. That was a good one.
Ocho, he's still out there playing, right? He's out there in Cleveland.
No, he's been out the game.
I know. He's been gone for a while.
He on TV now.
He's one of my son's favorite players.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When we moved to when we lived in Cincinnati, my son was in that formative age, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that age, and that became his team. And so he's still a Cincinnati Bengals fan, even though we've lived in several cities around the country. That formative age, when kids lock on to their favorite team.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was his team, and all of his buddies in the neighborhood, they were all Cincinnati because that's where we live.
Oh, yeah.
So he's a Cincinnati fan, true and blue. Right now, to this day, he's still a Cincinnati Bengals fan.
All because of Ocho?
Well, because of the team. He liked Ocho as the number one player when he was there, but he still latched on to the team. So even Ocho is gone, he's still a Bengals fan.
Oh, yeah. Ocho was a showman.
Yeah.
I think we all
that's when they had TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Yeah. They had nice hands.
Yeah.
They had nice hands.
Wow. So I wanted to look at, I got some footage. We were talking about that young man last week. I got some footage of him, his hands Ross gonna be very happy about this because he's a running back, but the tape we have on him is him catching some passes. But we'll get to that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the draft picks. You know, what round? Who went in the first round? And you think it was going to be good for some of the teams? You know, if you think they should have went as high as they went, or if they should have been first. You know, like Trevor Lawrence. First round.
He didn't have no choice but to be first. He's been the first draft pick ever since his freshman year when Clemson beat Alabama for the national championship.
Yeah, he earned that.
That was 1 year. And so since then, he's been the number one guy since then, regardless as to, because remember, when they played this past year, Clemson got dusted by Ohio State and the quarterback from Ohio State. And they were talking about that brother dropping and dropping. I'm like, what is he doing? What has he done that he would drop in the draft when he was so highly touted as at least the second best player in the draft? But then, you know, he started dropping. They started coming up with different things about it. You know, well, he may not study as hard. And, man, maybe not this.
Wow.
But he's been when he was in high school here in Georgia, he was a top player in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Then he went to the University of Georgia. They had another kid, so he transferred. Where he transferred to, he went and played 2 great years at Ohio State.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's like man, what Mahomes was at was it Texas A&M?
Which one was it?
Mahomes played college ball.
Oh, he played Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Okay, that's the same place that your boy from Cleveland. He was there too.
He played at Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was at Texas Tech first. He left there when Mahomes had it. And he transferred over there. Yeah, you talking
about my boy from Cleveland? Yeah.
Yeah. When they knew what they
Baker
were
Mayfield.
When Mayfield, not Mayfield, but when Mahomes showed up, they all transferred out. They all knew. They knew. They seen the talent he had.
Oh yes. So what's that going to put? With Trevor going to Jacksonville, what do you think that's going to put them this season? Is that going to be enough to get them?
I think they'll be in the hunt. Remember, their division is not as strong as it used to be. Mm-hmm. You know, because we don't know what the situation in Houston is going to be with their quarterback Watson.
Well, they don't have nobody. Everybody's left. Everybody left Houston.
Everybody left Jacksonville?
No, they left Houston. Yeah, Houston traded a bunch of people out. I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Downfall, when they traded away their receiver to Arizona, that right there, that was the beginning of the end.
Mm.
When they sent Hopkins to Arizona, that was the beginning.
What was that strategy about?
And J.J. Watt is gone.
Yeah, Houston's gone.
Oh, yeah.
They're a rebuild now.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. If you think about the division, Houston is not all that strong. The Colts are, though.
The Colts are good.
Right,
Colts like they'll be out there.
Tennessee, I'm not sure I don't know if Tennessee can repeat what they did last year.
Yeah.
You know, because they lost their coach. Remember, their coach is now, their offensive coordinator, I guess.
Their offense is still intact. They got a nice offense.
Yeah, they lost the offensive coordinator to the Falcons, though, as a head coach.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's who the Falcons hired.
That's who okay. So that's good. Look like the Falcons are trying to do some little rebuilding because they got pick number 4, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, they got
Florida.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's a beast. And I think that's they're preparing for that Julio Jones.
Oh yeah, they got to be prepared. You always, but at the time they think he was the best player available, so that's why they took him. If it were me and I looked at the Falcons draft, I would have drafted Penei Sewell out of Oregon, because they need somebody to protect their quarterback. Mm. Matt Ryan can't move around, and so he ain't gonna escape from nobody. So you got to protect him just like Tom Brady.
Right. So is it just not I know he needs protection, but I think some of that too, and receivers run their routes. You know, you're supposed to get rid of that ball within 3 seconds anyway. So receivers run those routes, right?
If they're open. Well, but if you look at Matt Ryan's numbers, he got Hall of Fame numbers.
He has Hall of Fame numbers. That's why I don't think he's the issue.
I don't either, but all the Falcons fans think he is the issue.
Well,
you know, because what I hear from the Falcons fans is that he's terrible in the red zone. He's good from 20 to 20, but when they get to the red zone, and I'm like, but everybody else, you know, you still got to protect him. You know, they put up 35 and still lose. Where's your defense at?
I say it depends on what Falcon fans you're talking to.
Well, I haven't met any true Falcon fans that love Matt Ryan. The ones now, there were some that really used to be Matt Ryan corner, but now the last couple of years they've fallen off of Matt Ryan. Ever since that Super Bowl, they've fallen off of Matt Ryan.
Right.
Yeah, you had the game won and gave it up.
But it wasn't his fault, I don't think.
It wasn't totally his fault, you know.
I think it's the head coach's fault.
And actually, I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the Super Bowl until the fourth quarter.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
When it all happened.
The last set of downs they had, and all they had to do was run the ball. They threw 3 passes.
Right.
And got all that. They didn't have to. All you just run the ball. They'd have ran the clock out.
Man, they could have taken a knee 3 times in a row, kicked a field goal, and it'd have been over with.
He threw the ball.
But
you're the quarterback. You audible out of that stuff and make the call. You know what you got to do.
If I'm the head coach and they call a pass play, I'm stopping the, hey, fellas, we're not passing the ball. That's the head coach job. At the end of the day, I pay my head coach to make the biggest decision of all, the executive decision. That was the biggest decision in the whole game, that last series. If my head coach is not engaged in making that decision, what do I need him for?
Audible. You audible out of that.
No, but the head coach don't even let that play go in.
Yeah.
Why are you audibling out of a pass? Why are you even calling a pass play?
Hey, but I'm saying the quarterback knows he should have known that.
But it's the job. But again, my opinion is, if I'm the head coach and you making a bad call from the booth up there, my offense coordinator, I'm stopping that. That's the head coach's job, is to make the biggest decision for your organization. It ain't up to the quarterback to make the biggest decision. It ain't up to the offense. It's the guy that I got in charge of the whole organization. He's supposed to make the biggest decision. That was the biggest decision. We're not passing this ball, guys. We're running the ball. If we don't get a first down, we're gonna kick our field goal and win the game. Now, why is Matt Ryan having to make that decision? Why wouldn't the head coach be making that decision?
Wasn't that the same year that the head coach was like assistant offensive coordinator at the same time or something? He was trying to do 2 jobs? No, because the assistant, the offensive coordinator was the guy that's out there in San Francisco now as the head coach, Shanahan. Excuse me, guys. Oh yeah, bless you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, to me, I want the guy that I put in charge of my organization to make the biggest decision for my organization. I don't want my third guy in line or the second guy in line. I pay the head coach to make the big decision. That's his job. I mean, what else I got him for? If he ain't gonna make the biggest decision around the whole season, what decision is he making?
Wow. I'd like to take this time out to say, those of you who's watching on YouTube, those of you who will be watching, turn on notifications, subscribe to Curt Inc. Stay in tune. We'll let you know. You'll get notifications when we're going to be on here talking sports. Also, go in the comments and tell us what you think about the Julio Jones situation, the coaching staff, and anything else you want to talk about.
Hey, Julio Jones is a beast.
Says who?
He's
everybody in the league.
He's a beast, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He's a beast.
But he's just not on the field enough.
Well, yeah, but he's if he stay healthy, he's a beast.
Right, right.
If he stay healthy.
If you stay healthy. If you stay on the field. If you catch enough
touchdowns,
you get enough
he's
yards.
big and strong, and he got great hands.
Availability. He got great ability. Does he have availability?
Right. Other than the ones he dropped in the end zone, he has great hands.
It ain't There's not a
It
receiver out there that ain't missed some balls.
Yeah, it happens.
To all of them. But they just, it's a sport.
Even Randy Moss dropped a few.
Yeah, it might be a little different situation. I'm gonna run some tape next week. We'll compare the drops in the end zone.
You're gonna bring some.
He was hard, Curt. He's hard.
It's only if you bring tape of other folks too. If you only bring tape of one guy.
Oh no. It's gonna be. We'll see a couple. We'll see a couple.
You was hard on him, bro.
When nobody's in front of you and hit you in the hands and you drop it, you get to wondering. How bad is that hamstring?
Man, I'd hate to have you my GM, boy.
You miss a pass, you be coming up here to the booth explaining it for the next play.
So that means you have a whole line out there because everybody misses balls.
Yeah, a whole lot of commercial breaks.
you can't name somebody that haven't missed any balls.
Take a commercial.
They say defensive backs are wide receivers who can't catch.
That's what they say. I see a lot of interceptions though. That somebody catching something.
Somebody getting something, huh?
Yeah, somebody's catching something. Yes, indeed. Oh yeah. So Miami look like they're going to try to come on strong. I know we talked about them.
What do you think about that quarterback down there in Miami?
I like the quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Tua.
Yeah.
Tua's nice.
He's nice, real nice.
Yeah, and he got some nice weapons.
You know, so he got Jalen out of Alabama.
Yeah, he got some weapons.
Yeah, so I think
right. But so why are people down on him?
Injuries, but that's all. But the boy.
No, but he ain't been injured since he's been in the league.
Yeah, in college, but he's good.
Well,
he's good.
Yeah, I think Miami's going to have a pretty good season this 2021.
Yeah, I think it won't be. I don't think New England's coming out top that division anymore.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, I'm until I see it, I'm not putting nothing past Belichick just yet.
Oh no, Belichick, he always comes up with a scheme, but
man,
hey, everybody else is catching up. Everybody else is catching up to him now.
Hey,
well, we'll see.
You think Belichick has what it takes to bring his team?
Absolutely.
Back is it that Belichick magic?
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Really good coach.
Yeah, he did what nobody else did.
I think that makes him the GOAT, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sure does.
Him and Brady.
So that's what I'm saying. So if he's the GOAT, I'm not gonna bet against him until I see him not succeed. Yeah. Last year was an aberration. You know, he didn't have. He had a lot of people that opted out for COVID. A lot of different things that affected the team last year. Let's see how it goes this year. I think he's gonna be right in the mix.
Yeah, I think so. Once they figure out how to get those the footballs inflated, or they're gonna figure it out.
You said if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win, huh?
That's right.
You don't truly think that caused them to win or lose a game.
Might cost something.
Not lose the game. I would say not lose the game, but I'd say win a couple games.
How did that make him win a couple games?
I mean, that grip on that football. Better grip. Let a little air out, you get a little better grip. More control of the ball.
Wasn't the other team playing with that ball?
No.
They switch balls. No, they don't. Each team, they switch their balls out.
Yep.
On offense and defense, they switch the balls out. They got their own balls they play with.
Brady makes you.
But the balls that they play with still have to be certified by the league. These are still league football. These are not they went about their own balls. They make
on the other side,
the same company that makes the balls for them make the balls for everybody in the league.
That's true.
But the point is, each quarterback has their own balls. He deflated the ones he wanted deflated. He used those ones thrown to his receivers.
That's right.
Okay. And so how bad did they beat the coach with that ball?
I don't know how bad they beat the coach.
Beat him pretty bad. I don't think it was the ball that beat him.
Maybe.
I don't think it was the ball that beat him.
Hey, when you got some good grip, we got a whole
Oh,
lot
you know
better
what? I
grip.
forgot who we're talking with.
Wasn't the grip.
So you think 6 Super Bowls is the grip?
I think some of that's a grip. I think some of that's recording the other team. I think some of that's 90% of it's talent.
Some was bad calling too.
Oh, well,
Everybody in the league
Because
back.
when New England played Seattle in the Super Bowl the last time, Seattle, all they had to do was give old boy the football. He could have ran the ball right in, but they didn't want to give Marshawn Lynch the ball. They threw the ball right in the middle of the defense and got the ball and won the game.
was it on the 1 yard line?
But see, again, I go back to the guy that I hired to make the #1 decision, the biggest decision in the organization. Let me just get it out. Let me just get it out. The guy that I hired to make the biggest decision in the whole for my league, for my team, is the head coach. If they call a pass, the head coach's job is, fellas, we're not passing the ball, we're running the ball. That's the head coach's decision.
They couldn't stop Marshawn Lynch. He was running.
I understand. That's my point. They couldn't stop Marshawn Lynch. So why is the coach letting them throw the ball?
Well, that's somebody else.
They wanted Russell Wilson, not Marshawn Lynch, is the winner of that game. That's what it was.
Right.
Bro, see, that's a conspiracy theory to me. Wow. When you start saying that, that's a conspiracy. So help me understand how that's good for Seattle. The owner of the Seattle team, if he wins that game, you win back-to-back Super Bowls.
Right.
You know, that's not been done that many times. So why? And in 20 years, it wouldn't matter if it was Russell Wilson or Marshawn Lynch. I'm still the owner with back-to-back Super Bowls. Why would we do everything else right, but then we don't want Marshawn Lynch to get any credit?
Well, can I say something?
Why didn't he give him the ball? Why didn't he not get the ball? He could have won the game.
That's the $100 question. That's what I keep telling you. That's the head coach's job to make that decision. Just like in Atlanta. Why did they throw the ball? They didn't have no business throwing the ball. All they had to do is take 3 kneel downs and kick a field goal. They win the game.
No,
so that's why I'm putting it back on the head coach. That's his job to say, fellas, when my offensive coordinator make a play call and there's a pass, I'm stopping all of that. Hold it, fellas. We're not passing this ball. We're going to run this ball and win the game.
Well, you think that situation could have been a money situation to where somebody just throwing it out there that maybe they just didn't want to pay Russell Wilson.
You don't have no choice. None of that matters, Curt. Tell me how not paying Russell Wilson is going to make a difference in that game. Well, who's thinking about that at the time that we down the stretch, the last minute and a half of the Super Bowl, and we think about not paying Russell Wilson? Everybody's focus is on winning the game.
Well, almost everybody's focus is strategy. You know, you got numbers you gotta
Not at that point. At that point, it's all about winning the Super Bowl. You win the Super Bowl, everything else takes a back seat to that. Everything.
That's my thought, was winning the game.
Well, what else was going on that year, that season?
Well,
there's a whole lot of controversy.
That season, I'm saying we're in the last minute of the Super Bowl.
Right.
Ain't nobody thinking about what happened earlier in the season. We only concentrating on trying to win this Super Bowl.
Just think how big that have made Marshawn Lynch.
How? That wouldn't have made Marshawn Lynch no bigger.
No,
that wouldn't have done nothing. Because in 20 years, won't nobody care. Won't nobody care in 20 years.
Don't you guys remember all that season they were talking about how he wouldn't talk to the press?
Yeah, and that's all he does. Marshawn don't talk to the press.
Remember that? He wouldn't talk to the press.
What? But what does that got to do with winning the Super Bowl?
Hey, ask the head coach what that has to do with it, because he's the one that made that call.
That's right. For some reason,
no, the offensive coordinator called the play. The head coach didn't step in and stop it.
For some reason, that play didn't go down. They were there.
No, the play went down the way he called it. The offensive coordinator called a pass play, and they ran a pass play.
You have the best running back in the league.
I'm sorry.
You got the best running back in the league on the field. You're 1 yard away.
Yes.
And you don't give it to the best player on the field.
And you have 4 downs to do it. You have 4 downs to do it.
There's something else going on other than bad calling, bad play calling. There's something else going on.
Well, see, to me, that's all about the conspiracy. I don't believe in conspiracy theories.
You don't?
No.
Mo, you look, man, you're sharp today, buddy. You're sharp.
I know you ain't cooking no barbecue dressed like that.
No, you look like $1 million, man. What's going on?
You know, I got a 9 to 5 until my barbecue takes off. So,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
you know, I'm a slave to the industry right now.
Well,
I
you
feel
know,
you, brother.
somebody has to.
That's about to change real quick.
We need you to work harder so we can do what we do. This.
Yeah, definitely.
Our brother Ralph.
You see, I'm making time. I'm out here in LA, so you know.
Well, yeah, he got LA Lakers hat on.
Yeah, I saw that. And they,
I'm a Laker fan. Have been for years.
They're in 7th place right now, right?
I don't care.
You better.
Yeah, I think they're done. I think that's,
it ain't gonna change whether I'm a fan or not.
yeah. I
No,
don't think they're further. I think they're done.
Nah, they're not done.
That soft tissue injury with LeBron,
Yeah,
I think that's
They're not done. They're not done.
I think he's winding down on his career.
He's got to be 38 years old.
And that with this soft tissue injury he has, I don't think he's going to recover from this.
I don't know. I heard Anthony Davis say he's going to be all right.
Well, you're supposed to say that. That's
and he did. So that's what I'm saying. Well, see, the good thing about where we are with that is the playoffs haven't started. And so we don't have to guess about whether or not, you know, he's going to be all right. He's not all right. When the playoffs start, we'll know. If they don't win, we'll know. If he ain't out there, we'll know. We won't have to guess about it.
He's not going to be out there.
Okay. Well, we won't have to. We don't have to speculate.
Not for the whole thing.
No, in just about a week and a half, 10 days, the playoffs will start. We'll know for then. We'll know for sure at that point if he's out there.
Hey, speaking of a couple of days away, were you about to say something about that, Mo? Speaking about a couple of days away, what's going on in 2 days? May 12th. Aren't they supposed to put that schedule out?
Yeah, they're supposed to, the NFL schedule.
NFL schedule is supposed to be coming out. What?
See, I'm not a big. That's not a big deal to me.
I want to see who we have on deck. I want to see who my team is playing.
Well, the one thing is that you know that you got to play your division teams twice. You're going to play some other division within the AFC once and some division within the NFC once. So that's going to give you your first, 14 games. And now they got an extra game. So now they're going to have 3 additional games. So it's going to be 17 games scheduled this year.
17 with three warm-ups.
Well, yeah, I think they changed that to 3 preseason games.
Mm-hmm. Because last year they didn't have preseason; they went straight into the season.
Well, they had no choice. We had COVID last year.
Yeah. And I'm cool with that too, because why risk getting hurt in the preseason and done for a whole season?
Well, you got to play football. You know, the football players will tell you somewhere in there, you got to get on the field. If you only get on the field during the game time, then you do get more opportunity for injury because you haven't been getting hit, you haven't stretched it out. It's a lot of different things that go into the season.
Yeah, a lot of
now,
that.
They may not need 4 preseason games. See, I came up during the time when they had 6 preseason games.
Wow.
Yeah. 6 preseason games every year.
Was it a shorter season?
No. Well, the season was 14 games.
They didn't have all the games in either.
Right.
Yeah, you had 14 games. You had 14 games and you had 6 preseason games. So it's still 20-game season overall.
Do you think they should have went to a 17-game season?
I do not.
I don't either.
Yeah, I think that's just putting too much on the players. Well, they talk about safety in the NFL, but when you start adding more games and you start playing, you play a Sunday game, then you play a Thursday game,
and a Monday night game.
Right.
And then you do Saturday close to the playoffs.
But yeah, when you get to the playoffs, you have to do some Saturday. Yeah, but again, to me, I think they're just putting more on the players. That's why the players need to get paid more.
Oh yeah, and speaking on that, You see how they signed in Georgia, the governor signed in Georgia to allow the college players to make money off their name, the name likeness and image.
Yeah, they should have been done that.
They should always be able to do that.
Yes, they all
Right.
should.
I think the players ought to be getting paid.
Yeah.
What about you, Curt?
I think they kind of do because, you know, they get scholarship money.
That ain't getting paid, brother.
They get their education paid for.
That ain't getting paid, brher.
Well, when you get out,
Them
you got to pay your
boosters,
student
that
loan.
money with them boosters.
I'm telling you, bro, let me just tell you, I just share this with you. When you go and you play, and you play in college ball, and all the other students on campus, see, the way this NCAA is supposed to be working is that you're supposed to get, as an athlete, you're supposed to get treated just like all the other kids on campus. However, if you, Curt, go to University of Georgia, for instance, and you get a full academic ride, you got a scholarship, academic, you're smart, you're gonna get a full ride. If you're in the science department and it's late at evening, you worked in a project and now it's over with, your science professor can drop you off at your dorm, at your dorm on the way home. But at football, assistant coach can't put you in his car and drop you off. If you twisted your ankle that day at practice, it's against the NCAA rules for the assistant coach to drop you off at your dorm.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So you're not like all the other students, even though that student is getting a full ride, they're getting the same scholarship you get. But then you putting your life on the line, because when you take the test the next day and your ankle is throbbing, your ankle is still throbbing all night long. You still got to take the same test. You got to go to the same classes as all the other students. And nobody is thinking about that or talking about that. There ain't a football player out there that ain't had a twisted ankle, a busted finger, a shoulder, a leg, a knee, something all the time.
Mm.
And so it's easy to say, well, they already getting paid the scholarship money. But let me just tell you, you're putting your body on the line playing football. How many other kids on campus risk losing their life when they do their sport?
Well,
I'm just saying, the scholarship is not pay for the time and effort that you put in. Because when coach say, I'll never forget playing, this is when I was in junior college, and we went out and had a bad night on a Saturday. We played a game, stunk the place up, didn't play well, a team we should have beat. We getting ready to get home and gonna be chilling. And coach say, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I said, Coach, tomorrow is Sunday. Coach looked at us and he said, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
right.
I ain't trying to hear whether you got church. I ain't trying to hear nothing else. When coach say you got to be at practice, you got to be at practice.
So you're saying compensation is not enough compensation to have your education paid for.
Not even close.
And to be able to play athletics,
Not even close.
to get that recognition,
Everybody don't get recognition.
get them extra privileges of being.
Everybody, what extra privileges? Tell me about them.
I think you get hit the line on some stuff. You know, if you play well enough, you're almost famous at your school. You know,
Let me just tell you something, Curtis.
the benefits that come with that.
But the third string
Cars,
defense,
meals,
the third string defensive end, the third string tackle, offensive guard, he ain't getting no recognition. Don't nobody know who the heck he is.
But is he getting his education paid for?
Is he still getting his fingers busted up and knees twisted and ankles busted? Yes.
Possibly.
Ain't no possibly to it.
But when he
Go to any football program and ask those third string defensive linemen, third string guard, is his fingers still getting busted up every day? Yeah.
Does he still get a free education?
It's not free. That's what I'm telling you. He's earning his education.
He's sacrificing his body.
He's earning. If you look at the amount of hours that he put in practice and you paid him a decent wage for that, that's the difference. It's not a free education.
There's nothing free.
Not at all. Not at all. It ain't even free. And those people that think it is, that they've never really understood all the things that go into that scholarship and the work that they put in, it's not free.
But it's less expensive than just a regular student.
Now that's why I said, that's why I compared one student that's on a full ride to another student that's on a full ride. The one that's on a full ride academically, he ain't got to do none of that stuff that the athletic guy got to do. He don't have to try to study on the bus between road trips and things like that. He don't have to, the other student don't have to do none of that. They just go to their dorm or go to the library and study, get ready for the test tomorrow. If I got a test tomorrow and a game tonight, guess what? I still got to be ready for that test tomorrow, whether I play a game tonight or not. The professor don't care nothing about that game.
But academically, academic scholarships, you got to keep that GPA up.
You do it athletically too.
You do?
Yeah, you do. You can't lose your GPA, because then the NCAA steps in and say, if you don't make this GPA, you can't play.
Well, it's
exactly, and they'll take that scholarship back.
It's a little different GPA.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I know you'd like to think that, Curt. I'm just saying, but you didn't address the part about having a test tomorrow and a game tonight.
Well, I like I said, I think the GPA may be a little different requirements. So the study requirements may be a little different for student athletes versus somebody who's on an academic scholarship. So the time that you got to prepare for a game could be equal to the time that somebody has to put in for extra study.
Nah, not even. I got to take it. Curtis, when you go to 4 years, you still got to take 15 hours of class, 12 hours of class to be a full-time student. And it ain't that much basket weaving in the world that a kid is going to go for 4 years.
I didn't say it.
Oh, I did. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Malicious? What you thinking?
You
gonna let that one go, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
All I'm saying is that
but his point is right.
It is not, if you're on a scholarship and you play in athletics at a university, it is not a free education. You're earning it. You are earning your education.
By going out on the field.
By going out on the field, by going to practice. Oh, what about practice? You practice 5 days a week.
Yes, sir.
And guess what? Outside of practice, you better not miss the strength and conditioning coach and go to the weight room. You got to do that too.
Yeah,
you got to do all of that too. And still you got to study for your classes and keep them maintaining a GPA also.
Yeah, so you're doing double the work.
That's double. What?
He's doing double the work.
Now, I definitely agree that the student athletes should be able to make money, should get paid for their efforts, because they're bringing a lot of recognition to that school. They're putting the schools on a map. Let them get some of that.
Well, there's plenty of money to be had. They're just not sharing it with the athletes.
And I think
right.
There you go. And I think that's going to help too with eligibility. You know, and maybe it may or may not be happening already, you know, before it's authorized, but at least this keeps them out of trouble.
I don't know about that.
Because I don't know if any of them get Range Rovers or anything like that while they're in college.
No, Curtis, the way the NCAA is structured right now, say I come from a pretty well-to-do, decent family, not rich or nothing like that, but just so happened that my dad's brother also works, he's a manager at a car dealership. Well, I can't even get a job during the summer at that car dealership because of that. So I can't even go and work in the off season at the car dealership where my uncle is the manager, because they think that may be an enticement. And so they won't even allow me to work. Whereas the student that's on an academic scholarship, they can go do whatever the heck they want to do. If their uncle want to give them a car, he can give them a car. He's still on scholarship. He still got a full ride scholarship, and he can get a brand new car. Whereas I can't even go and work at the dealership and earn mine, because the NCAA says it's against the rules.
Ralph, you played college ball, right?
I did.
Who'd you play for?
I played in Kansas City, Missouri, at the University of Missouri, Kansas City.
Full ride?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Well, I did junior college for 2 years, and then I went up there for 2 years, and yeah, I was on full ride though.
So playing basketball, was it as hard as playing football? And do you think your study requirements or your class requirements, and you think you should have gotten paid while you were playing for what you did for the school?
Still the same thing.
Still the same thing, bro. Now, I
Still
will
gotta-
say this. I will say this to you. It's not like there's not some of that that's going on. It's just going on under the table.
There you go.
Right. But
Somebody's
it shouldn't have
mama,
it shouldn't
somebody
it
got a
shouldn't have to
job
be
at
under
home.
it shouldn't have to be under the table though.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
Was that
It
Maurice?
shouldn't have to be under the table, but
No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't.
all of it depends on what your major is. If you major, I mean, I thought I had an easy major, but it turned out it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. You know, and I majored in health and physical education, but you still got to take all the sciences and,
Yes.
and kinesiologies and
Yes.
all of that stuff too. So guess what? I had to study as hard as anybody else on campus to get my grade, because if you don't have them, you can't play.
Right.
Yeah.
you
So
be found on a road dead, huh?
yeah, no. Found on roadside dead.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we saw something else on the roadside dead. What day was that? Friday? We
Yeah.
saw something else.
He broke his neck to point that out.
We've been laughing about that ever since last week. Found on Fix or Repair Daily or whatever that was.
Fix or Repair Daily. Found on roadside dead.
Never seen
Or-
it.
But
Things
so
like
Curtis, I do believe that the athlete, there's so much money that all the athletes should be able to benefit from it.
right. And yes. So shouldn't the whole team?
Right, all the athletes, I said.
Okay. So okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, so just to give you an idea of my thoughts, if your university has scholarship athletes that's playing soccer, I think soccer players should get paid too.
Okay. So you have your star athletes that really make the name for the school. You got how many people? I know it's a whole team that gets them to the championship, but you got people who's riding that bench also.
Yeah.
Should they get equal pay as a star athlete? Or should that star athlete get a little more?
To me, I think it ought to be the same across the board. That way you don't have no infighting.
I can just be on the team.
But Curtis, you can't just be on the team. Curtis, you have to understand, if you're on the team and you're the third string offensive guard for Georgia, Alabama, you name the school, then guess what? You still got to go to practice 5 days a week. You still got to go to the weight room. You still putting in the same effort and time. You may not be as talented as the wide receiver or the quarterback, but as a third string guard, you can't miss practice. You can't miss your time at the weight room because the strength and the conditioning coach is going to call the head coach and say, hey, he didn't show up today. Okay, tomorrow, he didn't show up today. So every one of these athletes, if they put on the uniform, they go out there on Saturday, every one of them ought to be getting it.
So
You can't just be the ones that's the star, because the star can't do it if these other guys ain't blocking and tackling and all that other stuff.
So the second string punter should get equal compensation as a Heisman winning quarterback.
If he's on the team, that's why I said if he's on the team, I think it ought to be even across the board. That will eliminate a lot of the mess. See, because if you're the star athlete and you getting the money, you know, this is what I've heard. I've seen this. Then they get into an argument. Oh, you ain't making no money. I'm making money. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm the star athlete getting paid X amount of dollars, and here's this little guard over here, we get into it in practice or whatever, he goes, you ain't making no money. Get away from me. You know, so if you pay everybody the same, one can't throw it in the face of the other one.
And I think
you need to have the team as unity.
I think it will, though. I think I agree that they should get something, but I think it's going to come down to somebody who's been on a practice squad, and you got the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, running back, who's really the name of the team.
See, that's the point. They're not the name of the team. And the team name is what's on the front. It's about the team on the name on the front, not the name on the back. Because let me tell you something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it ain't but one Heisman Trophy in the whole United States. So you got thousands of players. So the Heisman Trophy winner ain't but one of them every year.
So who was the kicker on Clemson last year?
I have no idea.
Who was the quarterback?
Okay.
The number one pick.
There you go.
I thought you said the number one kicker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who was that?
I don't know who the kicker was.
Who was the second string kicker on Clemson?
What difference does it make?
I don't know who the punter was.
Who was the quarterback? We all know. That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't a punter.
No, he wasn't. I'm just saying, who was the punter? Who was the kicker? Who was the second string? They should get the same amount that Trevor should get.
Yes.
In college, yeah, but it's all about the playing time. If he's a starting quarterback, of course he's going to get more when he makes it to the pro because he did his thing.
Oh, no,
Everybody knows his name is out there.
I'm talking about why they're playing in college.
In college, that's why I said I think it ought to be even across the board. That way you can eliminate all that mess.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's going to build up a little bit of animosity.
Tell me how.
Amongst the players.
Tell me how.
The star players are going to be like, man, I'm carrying this thing. You know, I got my $1,000.
And that's the point. If you got a guy that's saying I'm carrying this thing and not recognizing that he ain't doing none of that without the rest of his team,
right?
That's where the problem is. He's stuck on himself. But he ain't thinking about the team because the wide receiver can't catch no balls if the offensive line don't block for the quarterback.
That's right. It's a team, no I in team.
There ain't no we either.
I didn't ask for a we.
You said there's
nobody said anything about we. But he's talking about I'm the one carrying the team. You just said it. Hey. I carry the team. I do this. I do that. It ain't no I out there. When you got a team of 58 players in college, they got 70 players on their team. You look out on Saturday, there's 70 kids running out there on that sideline.
Right.
And without those kids running out there on the sideline, then that wide receiver can't go do his thing. And if he don't recognize that his teammates are as important and as valuable as the other, the team overall, then again, you got one of those I players. He's the only thing about himself.
Well, no. I don't think it's just a player. It's the league.
Ain't no league. It ain't no league in college.
Because the team doesn't get Heisman. A player gets the Heisman.
But the only way the player gets the Heisman is that somebody had to block, somebody had to tackle, somebody had to do something. If you're on a team and you're the best player and your team don't win because you don't have a good defense, you ain't getting no Heisman. But I don't care how good you are. If your team goes 3-8 and you got this great stats because you ain't got a good defense, you ain't getting no Heisman.
But beyond that, players,
you got to win. How you gonna go beyond that? You got to win. And one guy in football don't win. You got to have players. You got to have players on defense, special teams. You got to have somebody making field goals, somebody punting them and block. And when they punt the ball, they nail them down on the 1 yard line. All of that goes into winning and making the team. Without that stuff, ain't no one guy can claim nothing.
So you're saying this is pros in college?
We're just talking about college.
Okay.
Right? That's what you said. We're just talking about college.
So we're just talking about college.
But it goes the same for both teams. No one man makes the team.
Right, yeah, and pros too, but yeah.
It has a label, but he still needs other players.
Same thing.
Jordan could not win a championship without Scottie Pippen. He needed him. He needed Scottie and everybody else. B.J. Armstrong. Oh, he couldn't do it by himself.
Can't do it. Can't do it by yourself.
No, you really can't do it by yourself. But when you're the
golf, it's all on you.
Right.
Tennis. That's it.
Yeah, I just think when you're the shine of the squad, that's why you go higher pick when it comes to these drafts.
Right. When it comes to the draft, that's going to the pros though. That's when the pros get involved. But when we're just talking about college, it's different.
Mercy. Hey, have you guys seen you in the track and field?
Yeah, I like a little track and field.
Okay, so they had something called the the Golden Games.
Oh yeah.
You heard about that?
Ran a 10.8.
Where were they at?
Yeah, Metcalf. Yep. 10.37.
Did he get in? Because he said he was going to try to make the Olympics.
He didn't make it.
He missed it.
So overall at running a 10.37, he overall 15th. He came last in his heat and 15th overall. The fastest time, USA Isaiah Young at a 10.9 at 100 meters, 110 yards. Whew.
If you blink, you'll miss him.
That's flying. That's flying.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Metcalf he's a football player.
Yes, sir. He ran a 10.37 and came in 15th place.
That's Jets, bro. That's Jets.
That's Jets. 10.37, 110 yards, 100 meters. Woo.
I can't get off the commode that fast. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
you tell it? Right. Right. And the guy who came in 17th place ran a 10.44. Man, that's flying. I love track and field, man. I had to pull that up, man.
The question is, would 10.44 win a gold medal?
No.
Obviously not. If you're 17th, there's 16 more guys faster than you.
Ooh.
But I'm talking about the guy that finished first. What did he run?
10.9.
So how could he be 10.9 and the other guy's 10.3 and he's faster?
No, the fastest time was 10.9.
Okay, so what did Metcalf run?
10.38.
That's what I'm saying. How could he run a 10.3 and the other guy run a 10.9 and
10.
The other guy ran 10.09.
10.09. My
okay.
mistake.
All right. I'm just going to say, I'm missing something in there. 10.9 and 10.3.
You missed that zero. You missed that
10.3 is okay.
Almost 10 seconds flat.
Right. So then the question remains then, will 10.09 win you a gold medal?
Probably
It could help. It won't help. It won't hurt.
Well, see, when you get to the Olympics, whether it hurt or not don't matter. It's whether you get to gold. I asked it, will that win you a gold medal?
It probably
should.
Well, again, that's one of those options that we will get to see because the Olympics is coming up this summer. And we will find out what the fastest time is and who wins the gold medal.
That we will.
Yeah.
Hey, what's Bolt run? Bolt's not running now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Usain is running again this year. I thought he was.
Yeah, I got to see if he's running. I know he's been playing with some
right.
That's all special. His fastest time was 9.58 seconds.
Yeah, that's the fastest man, period.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said 10.09 ain't gonna get you no gold medal.
Yeah, that might get you 5th place.
And you're not in the money if you're in 5th place. You don't even get a bronze for that.
After 3rd, that's it. You only first 3 spots. First 3 spots.
That's it. And number 2 is the first loser.
And nobody remembers who's in 2nd or 3rd.
Right. Everybody else is after that. You got the winner, then the first loser, the second loser, the 3rd loser.
Yeah.
Nobody lost ahead of him.
There was somebody in Jamaica. Somebody else in Jamaica. She ran a faster time than Bolt. She broke his record.
What?
A woman broke his fastest time?
Yeah, there was a woman somewhere in Jamaica.
Is that official?
Yeah, I think, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, they have these track meets all the time and they give these times out, but they may be wind aided or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things
Indoors,
that go into.
we ran indoors or something.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that go into whether or not they account that as the official
Did she break
time.
his 40-yard or did she break his 100-yard?
I think she broke his 100.
100 meters. Then she'd be the fastest person in the world.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be faster than a bunch of men. Boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't heard that one. I know they're testing her blood right now. Find out what's going on.
She got to go pee in a cup. Let's get a cup out of her.
Uh-huh.
She need to go pee in the cup.
Oh man.
Yeah, I gotta find that one. I think there was somebody who came up and
Yeah, please find that one. I want to see who this one is.
I like to see her run faster than Hussein Bolt.
yeah.
I'm surprised he ain't went up and took a challenge after that. How you gonna beat my record? No, we ain't doing that.
But again, that's why I say you got to determine whether or not, it's an official record.
Yeah, if it was the 40-yard dash to, 100 meters.
No, not for, I'm just saying in terms of, is it when they did? There's a lot of conditions that go into whether or not they give you credit for a world record.
Yeah,
was it a sanctioned meet? If the meet wasn't a sanctioned meet, then you may not get, they may clock you at that, but it may not be an official world record if there was not a sanctioned meet. There's a lot of things that go into it.
Right, so true. Yeah, I'll come across that, but if anybody knows, please put it in the comments. But I thought I heard that. So I thought something posted somewhere. But there was a lady who ran from Jamaica who beat Bolt's fastest time.
That's a good one right there, boy.
Yeah, it is. She beat Bolt's best time. Man, she's outrunning a lot of men, boy. Because ain't no men beat his best time.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna be checking her blood right now. Hey, come here.
She definitely got to pee in the cup after that one, don't she?
Yeah, she gonna have to be checked on that one, right?
Yeah.
And then they want to see a birth certificate. You know what I'm saying?
Right, to see which one she is. Did she have something dangling and she had a, what up?
What's really going on?
We're just trying to get to the truth.
That's it.
Yeah, I can't find it. Maybe that might have been some bad information sent my way.
Well,
maybe not.
Facts. You got some bad form, huh?
Yeah, there's some facts checking on that.
Right, get a fact checker.
But let me do this. I'm gonna share my screen. I believe I can share my screen, and let me see here. We're still up and running here. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna open it up, and I want you to see some of this footage of this young man I was talking about last week.
Okay.
Right? This is at a pro camp. I'll find out the NFL player who runs this camp, and they got him.
When you say it's a pro camp, what do you mean?
For young guys, they got a former NFL guy who runs this camp for young guys to get them prepared.
Okay, but a pro camp generally is
What's that?
Sanctioned by the pros. Now he's an individual that trains young kids. That's a good thing.
Let's see something here. That should be sharing right there. We should have it up.
Not yet.
Let's see here. I know there's a little bit of delay.
Okay.
Let me select that and say.
All right. Look like it's buffering. There we go.
Let me see. Is it getting there yet?
Well, yeah. We sharing the screen. There we go. Here we go.
How's that? This is a young man out of Dublin, Ohio, right?
And which one is he?
Right here.
All right. I'm watching him. Let's see what he got.
When I say he got Antonio Brown hands, let's go to another one where you can see a little better. Here we go.
How tall is he?
Man, he looks almost 6 foot. Looks
He
like.
does. And how old is he?
Look at this one here. Look at that.
So Curtis.
That young cat's amazing, isn't it?
Well, Curtis, slow your roll, Kurt. Pump your brakes for a second. The question I have is are the kids that's guarding him on his level?
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this. Look at that defense. They're all.
I'm looking. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at the defense. It don't look all that good to me.
So when you say on the same level, the thing about it is when you're really good, somebody may be better than other people, but you just may be better than them. So they always supposed to be all on the same level. But when you're good, you're good.
I think they all are same age.
Look at that young man.
Are you saying the rest of these guys are touted as being a great athlete like him? I don't think so. No, that's what I'm saying. When you bring somebody with equal level of talent and skill and put them against him versus somebody that's a lesser talent and skill, he can always shine better.
Well, there's no such thing as having somebody of equal talent and skill.
Oh, yes, there is. So you think he's the only kid in America that can do what he's doing?
So I got a question for you. When we say Tom Brady, whose equal level and skill is Tom Brady?
There's a bunch of people equal level of skill to Tom Brady. They didn't win as much in terms of Super Bowls as Tom Brady, but in terms of skill,
yes,
there's several. I can name 5 quarterbacks that has a skill equal to Tom Brady.
Who's that?
Peyton Manning.
Come on,
one. Mahomes is one.
Okay,
I think Aaron Rodgers is one. I think my boy out of Seattle is one. There's a lot of people that got the same level of skill.
I could say that. I could agree with you on that. But Brady has proven no matter what team you put him on, he's going to get you.
He's been on 2 teams.
How many you got to play on?
Look at the talent he had with him though. He got the players that he wanted around him. When he went to Tampa Bay, Gronk came out of retirement for him. He got Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown came out and played with him.
Antonio didn't play that much.
He got his weapons though. He got his weapons that he needed.
Antonio didn't play that much, and then Gronk
didn't he catch a touch? Did he catch a touchdown?
He did. I think he caught 2 of them.
Wow. I just think you could say somebody's on the same level. You could say somebody's matched up the same, but when you
that ain't what I'm saying, Curtis. I'm asking a different question. The question I'm asking is the kids that are there that are playing defense, are they highly touted as he is?
I do believe they are because they're all.
I'm looking at that look at that little kid right there. He's skinny and thin. My man bumping into him. Look at this. Watch him. He falling down. He ain't at the same level as him.
But the thing about that is you put that guy right there playing defense against somebody else. That guy may not be able to get past him. He may intercept every ball. Okay. Your pattern's right. I'm just saying, look at that.
I'm not trying to rain on the young man's parade. I'm just saying it's still way too early to make him be a superstar at this stage.
Let me make it easier for you to see this catch. Look at these hands. Look at those hands in concentration. Mo.
So now I have another question for you, Curt. What am I supposed to take from this?
I was just showing you a little tape on his up and coming because in a couple of years, when we see him again, when we see that young man again, and he's in the draft, you're going to tell, oh yeah, that's that tape. We saw him on that tape.
He's in the draft.
He's a top pick going to Clemson or Ohio State or whatever your favorite team is in college. We're going to be like, oh, I saw tape on him some years ago when he was a freshman at Dublin. I'm just saying.
The one thing I can tell you that I know for a fact is a lot of things change when a kid leaves this comfort here and he goes to that university. And when he gets there, he used to be all state and all of this, and he gets to that school. And now the other kids that he's playing against, they all state and all world, just like he was. And it don't come nearly as easy as it did before. I mean, I played against a guy, I played with him. He came in as a freshman, and when he got there, man, I never forget the first day I met him, man. Big old dude, man, 6'5", big, strong. He's gonna play the same position I'm playing. And he gets there, and the first day we see him, he had on his Letterman's jacket from high school, and he had a patch on there with a track and basketballs down one sleeve and footballs, all state and stuff all on the back. This is in Texas, so he was an all-state football player and all that stuff like that. And he got there, man, and the homeboy had ping pong paddles for hands. He couldn't catch a cold in the middle of the winter. You know what I'm saying? But playing at the level that he played, he made all-state, and he's going to be all-world when he got to college. And guess what? He ran across some cats that was way faster, could jump way higher. You just never know what's going to happen with these kids, man. That's all I'm saying. Ain't no guarantees.
No guarantees. That's for sure. But right now, he's shining. Cap a lot. He's shining.
Yeah,
Right.
you do it while you can. Yeah.
I'm telling you, ninth grade shine. Brother, I watched a kid in the ninth grade play football, well, eighth grade, play football with my son when my son was in junior high school, right over here in Tyrone, Curtis, at Sandy Creek, you know, the junior high school.
Oh, yes.
And right now, he's starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who's that?
His name is, he's a defensive back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike, oh man, what's Mike, you guys ought to know him, y'all Steelers fans.
Mike, he just one came from Miami.
No, he started the last 2 years, he's starting defensive back for Pittsburgh Steelers. His name is, first name is Mike. Golly, I text my son and that's, golly, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I watched him in the 8th grade. He was a running back. Wow, man, what is Mike's last name? Mike, golly, because I'm telling you, he played with my son right there, right over there at Sandy Creek at the element. Well, he played when my son played football in the 7th and 8th grade. When he went to high school, he just played basketball. But in the 8th grade, they were on the same team with this kid and this name. Man, what are you guys defensive backs? Y'all don't know y'all defensive backs. Y'all Pittsburgh fans.
Hey, man, don't be trying to put me in the boom blast like that. You know who we are.
All I did was just ask the question. I said he's a starting defensive back. Starting defensive back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. First name is Mike. I'm gonna try to text my son right quick and see if my son can tell me what his last name is. You guys will know his name when I call his name. I guarantee you that.
Hold on.
I thought you knew his name.
I don't know his name. If I knew his name, I would have already gave you his name. That's what I'm telling you. I remember his first name. I can't remember his last name.
Curt, pull up the roster.
Let me pull up the roster for Ralph here.
Mike
Okay.
Johnson.
So which position? Linebacker, defensive?
Deep back.
I say defensive back.
Let's see here who we got here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Denmark. Steven. Dead air time. You sure he's playing?
I'm telling you, he's a starter, brother. I ain't saying he's playing. I'm telling you, he's a starter. You know what it takes to be a starter in the NFL, right?
You got to be better than everybody else.
Mike Hilton. My son texted me back. Mike Hilton. Check out Mike Hilton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know you know his name because he's been starting for the last 2 years for Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm telling you.
He came from Cleveland.
My son keeps up with him.
He
They
came
were
from
buddies
Cleveland.
in junior high school and high school.
He left Cleveland to come to Pittsburgh.
Wherever he came from, all I know is the last 2 years he's been starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers in the defensive backfield. Is that not true?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I said, isn't it? Mike Hilton is his name. I remember seeing him play in the 8th grade with my son. That's what I'm telling you. Right there down the street, Curtis, from where Tyrone is, right across the street from Sandy Creek High School. And he played at Sandy Creek, 4 years at Sandy Creek also.
Okay, so he did graduate out of there.
He graduated, went to, I think he went to Tennessee. Well, you may have him. If you pull up Mike Hilton, you may have. I think he went to Tennessee or he went to Mississippi State, somewhere in the Southeast Conference.
Let's do that.
And all I'm saying is that, you know, and he was I'm telling you, when Mike Hilton was in the junior high school, he was a man among boys.
That's who that young man might be that Curt just showed us.
Right, he could be a man among boys now, but you see what it took for Mike Hilton to get, you had to lead this team, go to that team. That don't mean just because you're a man among boys in the 9th and 8th grade is that you're gonna just walk into the league and then be all of this and bag of stuff.
There's a lot.
I'm hearing about the draft, and the draft, you know, he may be on the second day of the draft, the 3rd round. That's
He
still
might
a
not
good
get
position.
drafted.
That's
He
still
might
a
not get
great
drafted.
position. Huh?
They might not get drafted. You know, there's a lot of cats that thought they were and never made it.
Well, that's true too. All I'm saying is that I don't get my hopes up too high on a kid that's in the 9th grade.
Wow.
Because I've seen too many that are great that it just don't work out. Let's see if he can get through all this high school mess and everything that's got to go along with it before we start talking about how great he is.
Well, I think we're gonna see him again.
I think so too.
I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Keep y'all posted. Yes,
Please
sir.
do.
Yes, sir. Hilton did come out of Cincinnati. I mean, played for Cincinnati. Came to us, Sandy Creek High School.
Did I say Cleveland?
5'9".
Yeah, you said Cleveland. He came out of Cincinnati, I guess.
Well, wrong C, right state.
Yeah. Yeah. But you see Sandy Creek High School on there? You see all of that stuff? Yeah.
Yep. Sandy Creek.
That's the kid I was telling you about. I told you. I watched him in the 8th grade playing with my son. He was a man among boys. He was a running back, man. I'm telling you, nobody stopped that kid in the 8th grade.
In the 8th grade?
Yes, he was bowling over people, man.
So what did you think about him back then?
I just thought he was a man among boys. You know, you could see he was big and strong and fast. You know, then he went across the street to the high school. He was still good, but he wasn't at that same, you know, because other kids are big and strong and they get in the weight room. And because you never know what's going to happen between now and then when a kid starts going to the weight room every day, his body changes, all kinds of things happen.
But you knew he was going somewhere though, right?
Well, it looked like I felt like he was going to definitely go and play D1 football.
Mm.
Does it say what college he went to?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
Did he go?
Well, he got drafted by Cincinnati and then he played for Pittsburgh. So I hope he went, but if he didn't, then you got one that didn't go.
Yeah, he may have came straight out.
No, you can't.
They weren't
wait 3 years.
No, they weren't allowing that. You had the NFL.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait 3 years.
One at least now.
No, you gotta wait 3 years to come into the NFL. 3 years, brothers.
Yeah,
There's one for basketball. There's 3 for football.
Okay.
Let me see here. Career: Jacksonville, New England, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Sacks, fumbles. That's interesting. They talk about came out of Fayetteville, Georgia.
Yep.
Sandy Creek High School, Ole Miss.
Went to Ole Miss.
Ole
There
Miss.
you go.
Ole Miss.
I said Mississippi State, but I meant, okay, Ole Miss. I know it's somewhere like that, but it was Southeast Conference. As I said, I knew he went to the Southeast Conference.
Yep. Undrafted in 2016.
Check that out. And now he's a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yes.
So that's what I'm saying. And at that time, he looked like a man among boys in the 8th grade. And as he progressed, he got better, but he got a full scholarship. He didn't even get drafted.
Okay,
but now he's a starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So he went from Jacksonville 2016 to New England in 2016. Then he was with the Steelers from 2014 to 2020. And now he's with Cincinnati Bengals.
Now he was Cincinnati, but he was a starter for the last 2 years for Pittsburgh. I know that for a fact.
That's who we let go. Hilton, gotcha. Now I know. You're right. Yeah.
The book is open, brothers.
Yeah,
All you got to do is read the pages.
Hey, the reason why I can remember, once you leave the Steelers, man, I can't remember you anyway.
Hey, I ain't trying to hear that. If
you're not playing for the Steelers.
No, but see, if you're a sports guy, if you're only going to limit it to Pittsburgh, we need to cut our deal off short then.
No, that's why.
If all you can keep up with Pittsburgh.
Oh, no, I keep up with it. I'm just letting you know.
That's what I'm saying. You let me know that once they leave Pittsburgh, you don't keep up with nobody. I'm like, you're either in it or you're not. When I open up the book,
we talked about Jones. We talked about.
But when I open up the book is open up for everybody. I don't discard somebody because they don't play for the team I like anymore. I still keep up with them. Like Julius Randle that plays up here in New York for the Knicks. When he was drafted by the Lakers, I said, man, alive, that kid's gonna be good. He reminded me of Zach. You remember what was Zach Randolph?
Right.
big left-hander, could play down in the paint, you know, that kind of thing. I had a lot of people tell me, no, man, I don't think he's going to have it. Look what he's doing with the Knicks.
Look at him now. Look at him now.
Look what he's doing with the Knicks. I'm just saying. Once I open up the book is open till I close the pages, brothers.
Close the page. You mean turn the page. Close the book. That's what you want to do.
So you turn the page. The book is open, everybody. Put your comments down. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So we got some comments going on. Somebody said they really like Julio Jones. He needs more playing time when he's not injured, of course.
He would get all the playing time he could stand if he wasn't hurt.
And they're talking about our young players need uplifting. Thanks for highlighting David White. If you get education paid for, you're good to go. You start early and work early day until the finish line. Yeah. If you get your education paid for, you're good to go.
Ain't nobody paying for it. They earning it. They're earning their education. Ain't nobody paying for their education. Every time they go to practice, every time they have to be on a team bus, going this way, going that way, getting on the flight, all of that's time away from what they could be doing otherwise. All of that's got to be counted. If you put a $10 number on it, say $10 an hour, we'll count how many hours that they spend and see what kind of money we're talking about.
Ooh. Somebody asked you, y'all play 2K.
I don't.
You guys are playing in that? No.
I think that's some kind of game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of the games. Yep.
No, I don't play.
You guys don't get into the 2K, into the gaming machines?
No, I'm an old dude.
I play 3K.
You play 3K?
That's Three Kings, baby. Three Kings.
Play spades, man. Yeah.
Spades.
Oh yeah, I know you're a
play
big
bid
guy.
whist, brother.
We
So
Three
I was
Kings.
showing
Right
that.
now.
Somebody's talking about how they say he can catch.
Who?
He can catch. We were showing the footage on David White.
Oh,
The young fella. He got hands, I'm telling you.
nobody is denying that, Curtis. I'm not denying whether or not he can catch.
Yes.
Not for a second. He caught the ball, okay?
Several times.
Okay, so he say he caught the ball 12 times in a row. Okay, he could catch.
You're not denying that.
Not for a second.
You know, I couldn't find any information on other than a 21-year-old athlete. Richardson makes history, becoming the 6th fastest woman in the world. This was posted 15th of April.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was trying to find her times.
Flojo is the best.
What was her name?
Flojo.
Oh, yeah, well.
Of course, Joyner's got the fastest time. Yeah, her last name was Richardson. She's sprinter at LSU. In 2019, she earned 2 junior world records, breaking a college record for the 100-meter dash as a freshman. So the 100-meter dash, she did that in 10.99. And the same day, she broke the 200-meter dash record at 22.37.
Now, 10.99, she broke the women's record. She didn't break the men's record.
No, right, exactly.
Right. She broke the women's record.
She earned 2 junior world records, breaking a college record for the 100-meter. And this may be in the female, but it just says the college. Yep.
And her last name was Richardson?
Yeah, Richardson, yep. And she would go on to win the NCAA track and field championships, breaking Dawn Sewell's 30-year record, coming in at 10.75 seconds. She's pretty fast, I'd say.
Yeah, she is, but that's what I'm saying. But
faster than me.
oh yeah, but what I'm saying is, I thought we were saying that she broke Usain Bolt's record.
No, I didn't say she did. I know they said somebody did, but
okay, this is not the same person.
Mo, can she beat you? Are these beating your times?
No, it ain't beat my time.
You're right.
I run an 8.4.
Yeah, 8.4. What about the 30-yard dash?
Right.
Nah, 10-yard dash.
Talking about to lunch. You're talking about running lunch. 2 seconds flat. Come get that lunch, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't call me late for dinner.
So she did her fastest time to 10.72 seconds doing a 100-meter dash and making history as the 6th fastest woman in the world.
Okay.
Who's the fastest woman? FloJo?
Come on now. FloJo.
No.
Yeah, yes, indeed. She's the fastest, FloJo.
She had style and everything. Long nails and everything.
Oh yeah, she was the one now.
Yep, she was getting hers.
Yep.
Yeah, I see Miss Richardson here. Her first name is Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yep. She looks forward to representing the U.S. in the Tokyo Summer Olympics.
Right, 5'1". She's from Dallas, Texas.
Hey man, put your glasses back on. You hurt me.
I know, brother. I gotta be able to see though. I can't imagine you talking about somebody.
Right.
Hey man, hey, y'all got on me last week talking about my barbecue, so I figured I'd get.
So now he show up,
you know.
Curt. So he show up all clean as a whistle today. He got his tie.
Oh yeah.
He got his pink collar shirt on.
Hey,
You know,
is that name tag?
He chilling. You know, now now he went businessman on us. You know, now he trying to, he trying to poke at us a little bit. Huh?
Oh man.
Man, you don't need a name tag for this show, man. We put your name on the screen for you. Don't worry. You put his name tag on today, Ralph.
Yeah, he got his name tag and everything like that, so we know who he is.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he got on the 3-piece too. It ain't like just a regular suit. He like 3-piece. When you put on a 3-piece, you for business. You big time. You big time now. Yeah,
you know that jacket he had on? I think the sleeves on the jacket were cut off though.
See, he big time.
I got this out your closet, Curt. I got this out your closet.
Probably the sleeves were cut off.
Yeah, I got this out your closet.
See, he big time us. He got on a 3-piece. He all clean and everything. I just hope the boss don't come in there and get on him about nothing.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go.
I hear that.
He been on a Zoom. He told the people that work at the office that, man, I got a Zoom call. I got to jump on right quick.
Oh yeah.
They think he doing business.
Hey, but
he talking to a bunch of knuckleheads over in Georgia.
It's business. Our business.
Tyrone talking about the Steelers. What I do want to mention though, next week, Wednesday, we're gonna have a special guest on. I don't want to announce who it is. They're going to be talking a lot about UFC. A lot about UFC. You don't want to miss next week. This is.
Is it next week or is it Wednesday?
I'm sorry, Wednesday. This Wednesday. I keep saying next week. Next broadcast. Next broadcast.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not gonna have a whole lot to say because I don't know the sport. I don't even like the sport.
Well, he likes other.
You know what? I just got into it, and it's great, man. It's good. Get it once you watch it.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole.
I've watched it, brother.
And that's what I said.
I'm not into somebody hits the floor, then you can jump on top of them and beat them senseless. I'm not into that at all. Period.
No.
Hey, that's gladiator sports. That's straight combat.
Bro, it ain't that I don't understand. I still don't like it. You ain't gonna change my opinion about it.
Change channel.
Well,
I always do.
We're from Pennsylvania, so we think it's okay.
I always do. I never watch
it. That's how we.
Hey, did anybody see the fight this weekend?
No.
The Canelo fight?
Canelo, I didn't see Canelo. Did he win?
Yeah, he broke old boy's eye socket.
Really? Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he broke his eye socket.
Wow.
I remember when Floyd beat up on Canelo.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm a Floyd guy.
He got a lot stronger now. He's a lot stronger now.
Well, yeah. But Floyd is a lot older now too.
Yeah. So
when Floyd was young in his prime, this cat was young, but he was younger than Floyd.
Yeah, you see that guy who snatched Floyd's hat?
Yeah, he snatched his hat and ran.
Yeah,
Man, that's all for show, bro. Just to get people interested in the fight.
yeah. The guy, he snatched his hat. They kicked him out or something, and then he went and made some hats up called "I Snatched Your Hat" and
Yeah.
selling those hats saying "I snatched your hat."
Trust me, if he wanted, he could have reached out and touched him all night. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all to sell the fight.
From all different ways. That was the guy. The guy he's gonna be fighting. That was his brother, who did it, Jake.
It's all to make money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you got to promote the fight so people will buy it.
You got to promote it.
So you talk all that smack and yeah, because he wanted to touch up on him, he could have touched him up real quick.
Yeah, but next week, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Give me a stop saying next week. Next broadcast.
What time Wednesday?
Wednesday is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11
What time? 11 a.m.
11 Eastern.
Okay.
Eastern time.
I'll try to catch up with you Wednesday.
Don't want to miss this one.
All right.
All right,
I'll try
brother.
to get there.
All right, Mo, be safe, brother.
All right, brother. Hey, have a great day. Be safe and talk with you then.
Peace.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. Thank you, fellas.
All right.
All right, Curt, we done?
So we don't want to miss next week. We're going to have a special guest on.
Wednesday. You keep saying next week. It's Wednesday.
That's why you guys are here. This Wednesday, this week, we're going to have somebody special on. Known him for a couple years. You may or may not recognize the face. I know one of his favorite sports is UFC. He wants to talk about UFC, how he's involved with UFC. This Wednesday at 11 o'clock. He's going to talk about his career, on the things he's done. And we're probably going to go do, after that, he said he wants to do the sports talk. He's excited about that. And then after that, we're going to have another separate interview at a different time just to talk about the 100 plus, 200 plus things that he's done. Seen a lot of the tapes. You've seen a lot of the tapes. All of us have seen several things that he's done. So I'm not going to mention his name, but make sure you tune in this Wednesday. Ralph, get it straight, Ralph, for me.
Yeah, it's gonna. Today is the 10th. We will be looking at the 12th.
The 12th, the same day that the schedule comes out for the NFL. May 12th,
There you go.
2021, 11 a.m. It's going to be Curtis, Ralph, the Bookman Booker. If Malicious Mo Stokes hops back on, and our special guest. So look forward to seeing everybody out here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you, Mr. Ralph, for hopping on here. If it wasn't for you, man, this thing would be a little different. Thank you very much for all your stats.
Well, the book is open, baby. I'm about to close the book, but we can open it at any time.
He's about to close the book on this broadcast. Thank you very much, everybody. Tune in, put your comments in, let us know what you want to talk about. We're going to get a moderator to keep track of the comments live, and we'll have somebody replying back as soon as your comment. Thank you very much. We're out of here.
We're out. Easy.